Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. This is where I discuss my thoughts, opinions, and analysis on media, literature, and pop culture. Today, I'll be discussing my thoughts on Sophie's World, a book by Justine Gardner. Okay, so, have you ever been reading a book, minding your own business, and suddenly your brain just blue screens like a Windows XP computer? Yeah, that was me with Sophie's World. Like, I picked this thing up thinking it would be a cute mystery about a girl getting weird letters. And then, out of nowhere, I'm being tag-teamed by Socrates and Plato at 2 a.m., while I'm sitting there in my pajamas asking myself, wait, is any of this even real? Am I even real? That feeling, that beautiful, terrifying, existential confusion, that's basically what reading Sophie's World is like. Here's a brief premise of the novel. So here's the deal. In my own messy words, it looks like a normal coming-of-age novel about a girl named Sophie who starts receiving these mysterious philosophy lessons. But the deeper you go, the more it stops being a book and starts feeling like a trapdoor under your sense of reality. Like you think you're reading about Sophie, and suddenly you're questioning the person reading the book. It's sneaky like that. All right, let me gush for a second. First, the mind-stretching stuff. Loved it. I'm not even ashamed to admit there were moments where I'd read a line and then just stare at my wall for 5 minutes, trying to decide whether time is real or if I'm just a figment in somebody else's fan fiction. One philosopher that absolutely fried my circuits was Berkeley, the guy who thought everything is just ideas in our minds. And now, every morning when I pick up my coffee cup, I'm like, are you real? Or are you just a very detailed hallucination? It's fun and also mildly concerning. And listen, this book makes philosophy weirdly accessible. Like it takes these giant, intimidating ideas, the kind that normally live in thick, dusty textbooks, and turns them into these bite-sized, mind-bending puzzles. I felt like I was being let in on some cosmic secret society. Now, let's talk about the whole metafiction Hilda plot. When that twist hit, I actually had to stop reading, look around the room, and be like, did someone spike my tea? What is happening? It's clever in that disorienting way where you're not sure if you're impressed or just losing your grasp on the universe. But honestly, I was into it. Okay, I gotta keep it real. There were sections, especially the Middle Ages chunk, where my brain straight up said, nope. It felt like homework. My eyes did that thing where they glaze over, and the words on the page start dancing. If you've ever pretended to understand a chapter while your soul left your body, yeah, that was me. And about Sophie herself, look, she's not exactly the deepest character ever written, but here's the thing I realized. She's not supposed to be. She's more like a vessel, a stand-in for us. The curious reader who asks the questions we're too embarrassed to ask out loud. Once I accepted that Sophie isn't really a person, but more of a philosophical avatar, it suddenly clicked, and I stopped expecting her to act like, an actual 14-year-old girl. So here's where I land on this book. Is Sophie's World a perfect novel? Nope. It's clunky at times, and sometimes it feels like the author duct-taped a textbook to a mystery novel and hoped for the best. But is it an important book? Oh, absolutely. The magic isn't in the plot. It's in what the book does to your brain. It doesn't give you answers. It teaches you how to ask better questions. It makes you curious again, like a kid staring up at the sky and wondering what's behind it. Honestly, the real story of Sophie's World is the one that starts in your head after you close the book. All right, that's my brain dump on Sophie's World. What about you guys? Have you read it? Did it mess with your head as much as it messed with mine? Which philosopher broke your brain the hardest? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you want more chaotic existential book reviews like this, you know what to do. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll catch you in the next one.